Alright, hello everyone. My voice is a bit better. Welcome to the top best Battlefield guns. This list is in no particular order. I'm just very bored. Now, Battlefield 1 came out in 2015, 16 was it? 17, I can't remember. Might be even further back, 14. I don't know, fucking... Okay, let's not lose focus. So Battlefield 1 is filled with a lot of good weapons, a lot of broken weapons, and a lot of bad ones. So we're going to look at each of them, in each of the classes, etc. So and we're also going to throw in some gameplay. Because why not? Now, Battlefield 1 can be described as a brilliant game, in my own opinion. It kicked Call of Duty World War II's ass to the fucking curb. But we're not going to talk about that. That's another video for another time. But for now, we're just going to talk about some of the best weapons, some of the worst. Okay, so the way we're going to do this, it's going to be from worst to best. So obviously like number 5 or number 10, depending. Yeah, so we'll do 10. From worst to best. 5 is the middle. It's good. It's good, it's bad, but it's most certainly not useless. So we're going to start off with the Assault. Now, some of the guns I have unlocked because this new thing with Battlefield 1 with the DLC. Weapons being locked behind challenges that are virtually impossible. I'm looking at that sniper one. Get 3 multi-kills as a sniper. I hope you're good at lining up headshots. That's the only way you're getting it. Right then. Coming in at number 10, as you can see I barely have anything. Coming in at number 10 is the 1917 Trench Carbine now. At first I thought this gun was pretty good, but then it hit me. This gun is a single shot. It has a ammo capacity of, well, 82, but then it has starting rounds of 41 or 40 on a full reload. It has the fire rate, as you can clearly see, 360. The damage is terrible. The accuracy is shit. The hip fire is decent, and then the control is godlike. And there's barely anyone in this server. Right, so we're gonna do this in our own little way then. We're gonna let them fight it out and we're gonna go over here. As you can see, this weapon, it looks good. Now, one of the biggest letdowns for me when it comes to this weapon is how it's fired. Now it's not in the sense that you're thinking, well, what do you mean, the fire rate? No, it's... This gun
a tank hunter kit
needs
is
to be
available
automatic. Like, straight up. This thing needs to be automatic. Hold on. Boom. Oh, it's dead. Right, well anyway, this gun here needs to be an automatic. It's useless as a semi, like, watch. Now already you have some pretty good control. The reload is relatively quick, but now obviously when it's aimed, virtually no movement, so that looks good to you, right? You're thinking, oh wait, this gun is going to be brilliant. Then we try hip fire. Once again, the reticle barely moves, so it's good, but you need to take in mind the damage of this thing. Now the damage...
Feindliches Flugzeug!
The damage you need to remember is fairly low, especially for this type of thing. Now, I wasn't expecting a lot when I unlocked it, but I can tell you now from using it, it's not worth it. Is it the worst gun out of the assault class? Absolutely not, but it is up there in that range. Alright. Now, as you can see, I barely have a lot unlocked now, but for number... I can't really do a lot, so I'll just go with 5. So, 5 being the worst, 1 being the best. Number 5 was the trench carbine. Now, number 4 is going to be... It's very... Well, number 4 is going to be the trench gun. Now, with the trench gun, I'm going to be straight up and honest with you guys. It doesn't matter what variation you have of this weapon. The fucking thing is godlike. I mean straight up. Like, this fucking thing will just obliterate you.
A tank hunter kit
The worst
is
part
available
about this
near
gun is
your
that you don't have to
location.
be up close sometimes. They could be right back there and like you could get a kill if they're on low health now. That's not why this is on this list though. It's on the best, not this variation backboard. It's
Feindliches Flugzeug gesichtet!
steroid-filled brother, the trench gun Hunter, was the OG one. Back in the day, Jesus Christ, that thing was just a killing machine. Like, nothing could top it. Now if we go here, we'll look at this fire aimed up close. Devastating. Even on hip fire, it's devastating. It's an overall good weapon. Now, I cannot stress this next part enough, is that this weapon, you need to be in close proximity. If you are, like you'll see now, like up close. Oh, I don't think those are the well, hold on, we'll try here. Up close. Brilliant, but I'm pretty sure that if you go like all the way back here with it, then this might shut me up. Yeah, see, so you need to be far back. As you can see, the one in the middle broke, but that would be the equivalent of the player who's on low health. And as you can see, I did hit this box when I was far back, but it didn't break it. So, preferably being close with this thing. Don't be far away. The further you are, the less effective it is. Observe here. If you want a better example of it. Right there, see? The further you are, the less effective. Now, this is one of the best tiers, so if you're just starting out, I recommend grinding up and unlocking this straight away, because it's one of the better ones. I fucking love this. Right, moving on from that, let's look at number 3. Now, a lot of people are going to disagree with me with this if they do watch this video, but the Model 10A Slug. Now, oh god, I can hear everyone already complaining, but no, listen. The Slug... Okay, imagine the Hunter, but imagine it better.
A tank hunter
That's
kit
what the
is available
Slug
near
could
your
have been,
location.
but the reason it's at 4 is because it's not exactly now. The one thing that the Slug variation of this weapon provides range, so you could be standing here and do a good bit of hefty damage. As you can see, this is the equivalent of half damage. Now, you can be at far range with this thing. You could be to around here. You could be to around here, and boom. Let's take a look up close, see how much damage it would have done. Alright, it didn't break, but it did hit, so you would have tagged them. Now, up close, the thing is a monster. But obviously this is for you shotgun fanatics who like to be up at, you know, far range. Pop out the slug rounds, show them snipers that you can do it too. But yeah, it's not the worst shotgun, it's not the best, but it's there. Make an excellent time. Now number 3, we're gonna have in a lot of shotguns because that's really all I fucking have. Number 3 is gonna be the 12 gauge automatic extended. Now the 12 gauge automatic extended, a lot of people don't use the 12 gauges, and if they do, they use it basically for the meme. Basically, it's your semi-automatic shotgun That does pretty well, but the standard one only I think has 5 bullets, or 5 shells, or 6.
A tank
Yeah,
hunter kit is
5
available
shells.
near your location.
While the extended provides you that extra 2 now. What makes this gun so great, and I don't know why a lot of people I rarely see, is that this thing is semi-auto. So this fucking thing will just obliterate you, man. Like, if you hop out of this corner here and if you slide, they already, you don't even have, like, the best part about this gun is that you don't have to be accurate. Watch this, I'm going to reload and hip fire it. It cocks up, but you do not have to be accurate. Kind of a cheesy weapon, I guess, but at the same time it's pretty well balanced. Not a lot of people use it though. Maybe that's because of, if you, let's back out. The main reason why a lot of people wouldn't use the automatic is because, well, because of the accuracy and the control, which is pretty there, but the reason not a lot of people would use this is the hip fire now. Number 2 is going to be the, oh yeah, the reason I'm cutting it short is because meh. Number 2 is going to be the Automatico Storm, no, M1918, not the Trench, not the Factory, the Storm. Just look, if you look at the server stars that I have for each of them, you can tell which one is the best. Now when this thing, I know what you're thinking when you're looking at this. Oh, but the damage and accuracy is terrible and the control is terrible. That's not what makes this gun good. See, what makes this gun good what the fuck happened to the audio there? What makes this gun good is not the damage, the accuracy, or the control. If you haven't noticed it, you'll see that the reticle on, well, the reticle there is tiny, right? Let's use this thing up close. Alright, let's try that again up close. That's why the Automatico is one of the best weapons. When this thing came out, it was used by everyone because it was... You see, a gun in this game could have the lowest damage, it could have like the lowest control, as long as it has an ROF of 900 rounds per minute. Then yeah, we are gonna have a lot of fun. As you can see, both models are 900, but Storm really did stand out. Now number 1. Now number 1 spot was gonna go to the Hellriegel, but to be honest, number 1 is gonna have to be the MP18. Mainly because not only with the Server Star 4, meaning 400 total fucking kills, but it's very versatile. It's the only weapon in the game, I believe, that can do semi-auto or burst. It's the only gun, I believe, in this game, I'm going to do another check later, that's capable of burst fire. But also, it's overall, it's a very versatile weapon. Like, it can't be beat. Like, you could have it here. There you go, with it you're running with. It has a bayonet. It's fairly fucking good. Alright, but that's not why I like it. I like it for a completely different reason. I like it because you have... Alright, this is it. Now watch. Hip fire. As you can see, it travels up. So the best way to use this weapon is fire at your opponent's legs. And it will, as you can see, hopefully it will travel up. Now, here's what it's like when it's aiming. When we're aiming with it. Practically the same, so the gun is very versatile. You have a good sense of balance with it, but the recoil is also easy to manage. Now you can argue that like the Hellriegel is better than this in that regard, but the Hellriegel can never beat the versatility of this weapon and the various variations of it. Right, let's move on from that. Let's move on to the medic. Now the medic, again, I don't have a lot, so I'm gonna leave them. Actually, I'm gonna leave the medic out of it because I don't play medic, so I'm not really well in burst, so to speak, on the whole medic thing. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that out. Let's go on to the MGs now. I have a few. So let's go on with the support characters. So we're gonna do 5 again. Now coming in at number 5, worst, 5 being the worst and the number 1 being the best. Number 5 is the bar. Now the bar in general. Now I have 2 server stars with it, but that's not why I have an issue with it. It has a steady ROF of 600, so that's pretty good. But see, the unfortunate issue with it, I'm going to show you my issue with it. We're going to spawn in here. Right, now let's just say you've spotted someone, right? Let's say he's out in the sea here and you've spotted him. That's my problem. 20 bullets. Now, 20 bullets is not going to cut it for an LMG. Now, a lot of people like this weapon, especially the trench variant of it, because the trench variant was very broken. Thank you. But no, this weapon was amazing, but at the same time it is held back due to the magazine being 20, which I think is bogus when you look at other LMGs, but also it's just the accuracy of it in general. Like, let's do hip fire on this little side. Not too bad up close, but when you're aiming with it, and if there's someone moving, you have to take that into consideration. Like, I'm shooting at like a non-moving target, like that's easy. When I get into like a real game with this shit, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So number 4, this is no worst, but it could be better, is the Matson MG. Now the big issue with the Matson, or the whatever you call it, I just call it the fucking LMG that was even seen. I just call it the Type 99. But yeah, this thing could be better. Now first of all, the magazine, when you're just like standing walking, it can take up a good bit of your like field of view or your point of view, so that could be distracting. But not only that, the weapon just doesn't really seem that good. Now as you can see, once it's stuck down it's pretty steady, but once again it's suffering the same problem as the bar. The magazine shouldn't be 30. I believe that the problem with these types of LMGs is that these are meant for more of the people who don't like bipoding. So if you don't want to take the time to just sit in one spot, then pick the Madsen or the bar. Sorry about that, but as you can see, even when you're not like mounted, the damn thing is still pretty like accurate as fuck. So yeah, if you feel like running around the place, not sitting in the same area for 2.5 hours, go with the Madsen or the bar. With that being said, number 3. See now that this thing is being left off it because it's a joke. If you look at the ammunition, you look at the rate of fire, and then you look at everything else, it's a fucking joke. But number 3 is number 3 is going to be a difficult one, because when you look at all of them, they are pretty good, except for a select few. But number 3 is probably going to be the M1917 MG low weight. It's the American made one. It has a steady ammunition count of 250 and a rate of fire of 450. Its damage is pretty linear considering what it is, but once again, if you look at the fire rate, you could see how the damage is like seen as this like minuscule thing. The accuracy is pretty good, the hip fire is shit, and the control is decent, just like a real LMG. Now, when you look at this thing, you're thinking to yourself, this fucking thing is tiny, but if you bipod up somewhere like over here, or just basically go prone, this thing, it has a nice sound to it, and it has a long ass time before it begins to overheat. So it is pretty decent now. We're gonna have to get into an actual game here just so I can show you what these things can actually do, because I'm gonna look like a fucking idiot. So basically, the way I'm gonna do this is that I'm gonna get into a random conquest game. We're gonna do that shit again, and I'm gonna show you what they can actually do in battle. Now, I'm going to show you all now why the Automatico is at number 2. The reason that it's not at number 1... Well, actually, I'm going to rework the list because I'm after fucking this up royal. See, I've been reviewing the guns in a hostile environment, so... We're gonna rework it, we're gonna reshoot this, and we're gonna basically do this in combat. This time though, we're gonna start off as the scout. See, something that DICE needs to fix is these fucking load times. I understand that it's a big game that has like a lot of fucking people in it, but come on. This shit needs to be fixed. Another thing that I want Battlefield to get rid of is these stupid fucking challenge missions for your weapons. It's like some of these aren't even fucking possible. Alright, here we go. So let's start things off with the Scout class. So number 5 is going to be the Martini Henry now. This thing used to be godlike. But now it's fallen to the fucking earth like Icarus. It's a dead gun. Like nobody, like, it still has a decent amount of damage that I can dish out. Other than that, it's really just a linear weapon now. Like honestly, it used to be good. But ever since they nerfed the fucking thing to oblivion, it's changed so much. Like a lot of people used to grind out the Scout class just for this weapon. It was one of the best, it had the highest damage, and people like are just imagining this with a scope is just, at the time it would have been like mind blowing, but now it's just like we have a scoped variation, but the gun is just overall shit now. Let me give you a demonstration. Okay, that was my dumbass fault. Oh, actually, speaking of which, so they did release a sniper variantation for this. You had to get 300 kills. So as you can see, the gun, it's very limited to what it can do at this rate. So let's see if we can get a few kills with it, because I'll be damned if I don't get an action with this fucking thing. So ultimately, that's what you want to be doing with this fucking weapon. Oh, see, right there, that would have killed him pre-patch or pre-nerf. That would have fucking killed him stone dead. So a lot of time you're going to want to have your trusty secondary ready, because nine times out of 10 you're gonna fucking miss with the martini. 9 times out of 10 you're gonna miss with it. See, like that could be due to me personally, but yeah, let's move on. My last recommendation for what you do with this gun: get in close, make sure you're dead on target, and don't be a Rambo with it. Now, number 4. Number 4 is going to be the Lebel. Now the Lebel, don't get me wrong, it's a brilliant sniper, but it also has a lot of issues. Now,
We have lost objective Duff.
okay, first of all, fuck you. Second of all, very good. So the Lebel, now one of the main things with the Lebel is that it's versatile, it's French, it's very fucking good. Bad things about it: the reload time is hella long. I don't know if it's been nerfed or not, and 9 times out of 10 you're more than likely going to be using the infantry version, because trying to snipe is like trying to snipe with your fucking dick, trying to piss into the tiniest hole. Imagine, you're not going to do it basically. Now, when you do pull it off, it's fucking amazing, but with me, I can't do it. That was from behind me. Someone that scared the fucking shit out of me. See, I nearly died with it there, because it's very finicky about where it wants to be shot from, or the kill distance. It's very
We have taken
touchy,
objective
but
Duff.
here's the reload. That is just too long for me as a sniper. That's just too damn long for me. Well, yeah, that's the Lebel. It's not the best, it's not the worst, but it gets the job done now. Number 3 is going to be the Gewehr M.95. Now, this thing is a beast. Like, whichever variantation you use, it's a beast. I mean, look at the damn thing. As if it's not extremely long that I could stab someone, it becomes extra long when you throw on that fucking bayonet. Now, Like, now, like all of the LMGs I showed you, this thing suffers from small mag syndrome. And the kill zone is very finicky. Other than that, I would say yes, this is a go-ahead weapon. Use it if you want, but it's not the best. Keep that in mind now. Number 2. Now, number 2 was truly a challenge to pick. But number 2...
We have lost objective Edward.
See, number 2, the reason that this is difficult for me to pick is because, like, when you look at the M1903 and the Lee Enfield, both are really good, but I'm gonna have to hand it to the M1903, the sniper variantation, nothing else, except no substitutes. So the M1903 American Sniper is one of the best snipers in the game, arguably. Now, it has an inaccuracy with the scope. I'll let you figure that one out on Google Images and Google, etc. But the reason to why this thing's so good, well, you're about to see it now in a few seconds.
We have taken objective butter.
Oh shit, he went flying. That should have hit. Again, that probably should have hit. So let's see if we can get a good kill with this.
Bir asker görüldü.
Was I just shot at? Okay, now I'm just trying to figure out if I was shot at there. Not gonna make it easy for me, are you? Oop, well, look, that's all the time I have for today, actually. I'll talk to you all later if you like it, if you enjoyed it, etc., etc.